Hi everyone, Jan here from Fursdon House, and I have a short video that I want to share with you. This is the first of 3 special orders that I'm doing for Penny. Hi Penny! She's ordered 3 special things, and instead of doing one long video, which I hate doing, I thought I would just do a video after each completion of each thing that I've created for her. So this is the first of 3, and these are using Edith Holden pages from the book. It's called The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And Edith Holden was what I call a naturalist. In 1906, she had a diary. She wrote a diary, and in addition to writing in it, and you'll see some of her writings here in these pages, but in addition to writing in it, she also did fabulous watercolors, and she did this in several areas, created a couple of books, but my favorite is this particular one, and again, that's The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And so let's go ahead and get started. These are using the original pages from the book. These are not photocopies. I love the pages from this book. They're nice and thick, excellent quality, so that's why I love using them as well. But these are envelopes, and each envelope has 6 of my pressed flower pages in them. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll put him over there, and let's go ahead and show you the measurements. It's about 7 inches wide, about 9 inches long. You can see that easier, 9 inches long, and they're about 3/4 of an inch deep or thick, however you want to pronounce it. I use the organza ribbon. There's a shadow here. I apologize. Today has been rainy and sunny, but you know, we are in June and we are in Alabama, so we are special here. But can't do anything around it, so I just go through it. I used a simple organza ribbon for closure because I don't like things interfering with her artwork. So I try and be careful not to overdo it with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and open it up. And now you can see the reverse without the, even though there's a shadow, you can see the picture. I hope that's clear enough for everyone to see. And then on the flap, I've used some green little silk leaves. I love this ribbon. It's just so pretty, and it complements Edith Holden pages very well. And the flap is made also from the inner page of her book. I've tried to use everything so that it's, other than what you actually write on, it's all from her book. So, there you have it. And in each each envelope, as I said, we have 6 pages. And I see, oh, I was going to say, we're starting off with June. What's really interesting is when I started pulling out all the pages for this, I noticed that almost half of them had the dates or the names of the months up the top. And I thought, well, that'd be neat if I could find 12 of them, and I managed to. So I was quite pleased with that. So we're going to start with this and go from there. All of the pages have been distressed with ink, and in each cutout I've put in some acetate to hold it in place. Then I've stitched around the shapes of the cutouts, and then I've stitched around the pages themselves. So January, there's a pansy, and I've put the names of the flowers or greenery that I've done around the edges of that, so you can see that. And there's the reverse. This is the brown paper is from it's not craft paper, but it looks like craft paper, but it's much thinner. It's lovely to write on. It has a smooth surface, and again, I like using it with the Edith Holden pages. There's that one. I'm going to turn off the light in here and see if I can get a better, at least a little less shadow. We'll find out. See if it's going to work. So the next one is February, and that is Lavender. I love the scent of lavender. My husband is a fantastic gardener. He grows, the garden is full. Not a vegetable garden, but flower garden, shrubbery, everything. It's everywhere, and he does such a great job. And there's the reverse for that. Actually, I'm thinking it's probably a little too dark because now it's about to start rain again. So we'll probably go right back to the, let me try that. Oh, it's irritating. Oh well, such is life. Here we have March. I had to look this one up to figure out how to pronounce it, but it's Variegated Euonymous Japonicus. And try saying that fast 3 times in a row, and heaven knows what you'll come up with. But again, it's Variegated Euonymous Japonicus, and I've written that down here. Beautiful green and yellow leaves, and it's a bush. It's just, and it can get quite large. Ours is about, well, we've got several, but some are about 2 or 3 feet tall, some are 4 and 5 feet tall. And April, there's a rose. I love the reverse of this. It's actually, to my way of thinking, it's prettier than the front because you can see the stem work and everything. So my husband made me a huge flower press. I used to press everything in books, and then because I love reading books, so I have a lot of them, and I would press them in books. And of course what would happen was I would always forget what book held what, so I'd have to go through them, and sometimes I had a happy accident. I would be reading something and come across one of the pressed flowers, but he saw me using a very small flower press and said, I'll make you a large one. He spoils me, I admit it. And here we have May. It's the Dandelion. And again the reverse. Someone had asked if I had done a tutorial on creating these, and I've never done a live tutorial. I have done instructions on my blog, and I'll put a link to that below, but I haven't done a tutorial on my blog yet. I'm just not sure I would want to do a live tutorial. I mess up too much, and I'd be nervous as I don't know what, so I don't know. But I may put the instructions on my blog, and it'll have pictures and everything. It's just that it won't be live. And this is the Dogwood. I found out that, as a matter of fact, I think the Dogwood is the Alabama state flower. But there are many different kinds of dogwood, and I didn't realize that. We have 3 or 4, and they're all different. So I learn a lot from my husband. He does love his gardening. The reverse is really nice with this as well. This has a much smaller flower petal, and then others are larger. But anyway, that's the first one, so just go through those real quick. May. We have April, March, February, and January. What's really nice about pressing flowers, you know, a lot of these are already gone. I still have a few of the pansies and roses, but the lavender is gone until the next spring, and so are the dogwoods. So it's nice to be able to see them like this, preserved in a sense. Okay, here's our second envelope, and again it's the same size as the first. You can see the reverse, again the same type of closure with the organza ribbon. And again, more of the green ribbon. You'll see it often in things that I do. And again, this excuse me, allergies are crazy today. The flap on the envelope that I created is also from her book. I try and use everything from the book. Just beautiful. Okay, so here we go with the other 6 months of the year. Here we have July, and this is an olive tree, a small branch from an olive tree. We have 3 of them, And I never thought in my life I'd have an olive tree, but we do. They come out with little green olives. They haven't matured yet or anything. I'm not sure how long that will be, or if it'll even happen, but my husband likes to try out new things. But I thought it dried really well. And here is August with Clover. No 4-leaf clovers in there, although I did find, in another one of my little happy accidents, I found a 4-leaf clover that I had pressed, gosh, probably 15 years ago. I found it the other day while I was going through some items in a drawer, and there it sat, and I was like, that's so sweet. I wanted to give you as much journal space as I could. I like to write myself, so I like journal space. And here we have the Fuchsia. These are so beautiful. I have 2 hanging baskets that are on our front porch, and these hang down, and they're just gorgeous. They're almost past their prime. There are a few left, but not very many. I used to think that they were called bleeding hearts, but I was informed otherwise by my husband, the gardener, that they are fuchsia. So, but they do look good in a heart cutout, so there. And here we have the Clematis. The Clematis is also almost gone. They make such beautiful flowers. They come out and bloom, and they climb so that they can climb up walls or what have you. We have some around our mailbox, and they're just beautiful. This is a paler lavender, but my mother-in-law has one that's a deep, deep purple. She told me I could have some blooms off of it. I haven't done it yet, but I intend to. And there's the reverse. And what I do is this is acetate that holds them. I can't remember if I've mentioned that or not. And for November we have Salvia. Salvia, as pretty as it is, and it's gorgeous. It looks a lot like lavender, and it loves the heat. It's what is it, drought tolerant, so you don't have to water it a lot, but it smells to high heaven if you get close to it. So we put it toward the back of the property, but the bumblebees love it. When it first starts coming out in spring, bumblebees, we must have, well, I've gone walking by there and easily spotted 20, maybe even 30 bumblebees just happily buzzing around the salvia. So even though we think it stinks, they must apparently like it. But it's an odd smell. It's like, ugh. But it's so pretty. And of course I love bees, so. And the last one for December is a Japanese maple. And it has a little pansy up in there. One of the little tiny ones before he grew up and became a big pansy. I think, yeah, there was a larger pansy in the other one. So, but this one's the tiny one with the maple leaf. Japanese maple. Those are so pretty. They are sort of a weeping tree, and it looks like fronds of little green lace that just kind of hangs over. It's just real pretty. So again, we'll just go back through these real quick. There's December and November. October, the Clematis, the Fuchsia, the Clover, and the Olive. So again, this is a special order for Penny. I hope you enjoy them, Penny. I thoroughly enjoyed making them for you. And if you would like, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. That way you can see all of the other things that I have coming out. I love working with Edith Holden pages. Now, I'm anal retentive also, so I have to put these in order. That will drive me bonkers, so I admit it. June. There we go. There we are. Alright, and I'll tie the ribbon later. Anyway, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. And who I got the inspiration for these pressed flower pages was Marcy from the Scribbled Word. She has a YouTube channel, and I'll put that link below. But it's really nice how she shows you to go about doing it. And as soon as I saw the video, I immediately thought of the Edith Holden pages. So thank you, Marcy, for your inspiration. That's about it. I hope you have a blessed day and a fabulous week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.